Hi, it's Mark from Top Local. We're here this morning with Bernie Pawlik, Pawlik Automotive in Vancouver, Vancouver's favorite, best, most loved auto service experience. How you doing, Bernie?
I'm doing very well this morning.
So, 16-time winners of Best in Vancouver. We're going to talk about Acura cars and their reliability. Acura is the luxury line of Honda, and Hondas are pretty good. So how are Acura's vehicles?
Basically the same as Honda, excellent vehicles, only you get a little bit of a nicer package. You get the leather seats in every model, the luxurious features, climate control, AC, all those kind of things you expect in a high-end luxury car, but with the same reliability as Honda.
So no car is perfect. What problems do Acuras sometimes show?
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. So one of the biggest issues that Acuras have had in the past, and so this is going back around from 2000 to maybe 2005, a lot of transmission problems, both in the MDX, the TL models, very, very common. And these aren't, little reprogramming issues or sensors. It's actually a full transmission rebuild job. So that's something that you'll come across on any of these, Honda products as well of those model years. So that's probably the biggest single issue with these vehicles. Also, the older ones, they do have a little more maintenance, a little more heavy on the maintenance, but we see very few problems with them. Now I'm just talking about the two models, the MDX, which is the larger sport utility, and the TL, which is, the TL, which is the four-door sedan. There's a number of other models. I mean, they have the NSX, that really cool mid-engine sports car, which is very rare. And then the RSX is get my models confused. The RSX it's a newer mid-size sport utility vehicle. Really nice vehicle, small engine, turbocharged, efficient, again luxurious, really nice vehicle, very reliable. And for some reason it ends in X, and RSX and NSX. That's the one. Excellent little car too. Small, peppy, sporty. They do have the odd manual transmission issue with bearings and things like that. But other than that, overall, the whole line of cars is really reliable. And the newer models, the transmission issues are gone.
So what kind of maintenance services are required on Acura?
Well, it's generally like most cars nowadays, oil changes on a regular basis. The spark plugs do need to be changed rarely. Timing belts are a thing of the past on most Acuras. I think in all Acuras actually now. But the earlier, again, the models that I spoke about with the transmission issues also have timing belts. So at around 168,000 Ks, they require timing belt replacement. So you can sort of add a cost in on owning one of those vehicles. But again, they're starting to get a little older, but still very reliable. We have clients with them with 300,000 or 400,000 kilometers that actually the cars actually still work really well. So to me, that's always a sign of a well-built car. But other than that, I mean, a lot of these engines all have timing chains now. And I've said many times before, you've got to change your oil regularly. You don't want to miss oil changes on a timing chain engine. I've seen some Hondas where owners have abused them really badly. So I'm saying Honda, Acura, where they've gone for a long time, way too long changing oil. I don't even want to say how long. It's frightening. And for some reason, the engines have survived, but these are engines with timing belts. I mean, once you add the chain into the factor, there's no tolerance. You're going to wreck your engine really soon and cost a lot of money. So oil changes, big thing.
So why does the timing chain make a difference?
That's a good question. The reason why is the timing chain is lubricated internally with the engine, so it needs clean oil. Now, old engines, for instance, like if you look at an old V8 engine, the timing chain was basically a small gear, a big gear, and a chain in between. And that's, and sometimes they stretch and they did wear up. But on modern cars, they're overhead cam engines. So the camshaft is, the crankshaft is down here, the camshaft is way up here. And on a V engine, it has multiple timing chains, one to each bank of the engine. And to keep that chain tight, they use tensioners. So these are generally plastic guide rails. And then there's an oil-filled tensioning unit that presses against the chain that keeps the chain tight. So the valve timing is always consistent. Now, you can imagine if you don't have proper lubrication, these plastic pieces start to wear out, the metal pieces start to wear out. So that's one factor. The other, a lot of new engines have variable valve timing. It helps, keeps emissions low, engine performance high. This is why most of our modern cars have such good performance out of a lot of smaller engine size. But variable valve timing uses oil pressure and solenoids to actuate the variable valve timing mechanism. So again, if you start running low on oil, the variable valve timing system won't work. And also, of course, if you're a little low on oil, things don't get lubricated properly and things wear. So that's kind of the key. And so Hondas have these, Acuras have these. So change your oil regularly and use good oil.
Any further thoughts or last thoughts about Acura?
Great cars. I mean, really, people often ask me, what kind of car do you want to buy? And they're, looking at different lines of luxury cars. And I've never hesitate to recommend Acura. They're very nice cars and generally very reliable.
So there you go. If you're looking for service for your Acura in Vancouver, Pawlik Automotive are the guys to talk to. You can reach them at 604-327-7112. They're busy. Call ahead. Or check out their website, pawlikautomotive.com. Tons of information on there. Thanks, Bernie.
Thanks, Mark.